My mother didn't do it. My mother was my biggest enabler. And so, that being said, the people that I have around me, especially Ken don't put up with my bullshit. He will call me out. He will correct me. And I don't put up with his bullshit either. That's why we make a good pair, is because we don't we don't sugarcoat it. We don't spare each other's feelings. If we want us to grow as individuals, we will tell each other how it is. So I was like, I never had anyone to hold me accountable. And that is the type of mindset that I have. So if I have a lack of accountability for things, I am working on it. I am going to work on it in therapy. But I want you to know that, my heart is in this relationship. It always has been. And I thank you for holding me accountable for the things that I've done wrong. And I won't always be in this stage of my life. I will grow from this. And I think that we have a strong relationship. We have a strong foundation. We've weathered a lot of storms together. Like, the divorce process was not easy. Going through this stuff with Ryan was not easy. We were together for 2 years while I was in prison. I got through my time, and then we got back together. Everything happened very fast. So to Dreamer's point and Sheena's point, and Bree's point, it's a completely different relationship now. And I'm going to make mistakes. He's going to make mistakes. I wasn't sitting pretty looking pretty on this last episode. But remember the first episode, everybody was hating on Ken for that Tana scene. Neither one of us are perfect, but there's room for growth.
And Gypsy, I'm on my third marriage. And I think I finally got the person that you're describing that Ken is for you.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got that person.
All right, Bayou boy.
It took me 3 tries, Gypsy. It took me 3 tries to get the person that matches my energy, calls me out on my shit, like everything like that. We tell each other, we that
That's
for each
important.
other.
As supportive as Ken is, he's also going to call you out, but that is being supportive. A real friend, a real partner, a real anything is going to call you out, when need be. Just like you would.
Well, I tell you what, I lost a husband, I lost a boyfriend. Honey, she's on retirement.
Wait, what?
She's on retirement.
You don't want her to repeat it.
And she said,
y'all like Dreamer in her 304 era with those TikTok duets of those men?
Be in her 304 era. You got that right. Dreamer,
I may be in retirement. Doesn't mean I don't,
girl.
Notice a good-looking man now.
That's right. I do want to add that for all the people, who watch the show and judge, none of us could say if we had cameras in our cars, in our houses, following us around, that we would be perfect at all moments, at all times. We all are human, after all.
Glory, you can say whatever you want with me. I tell you what, you can kiss my lily white ass.
Wow. Dreaming on touch. She said what she said.
Period, poo.
Period, poo.
We all deserve grace, and you are having to play catch up, Gypsy, with things that we learned in our teens and early 20s, and you deserve grace. And I left Louisiana thinking, this girl is beautiful, kind, sweet, giving, and all the people that want to judge and throw hate that have never spoken a word to you are so missing out on who you are, and it is their loss.
It really is. I was just thinking that the other day. I don't think people realize how transparent Gypsy is. And if they never wanted to, if they would never, she came out and people just started just being horrible to her. And it doesn't matter what she did or said coming out. I guarantee you, Gypsy would probably be doing lives where people are coming in here asking the hard questions, really hard questions for her to answer. And I guarantee you she would have been in those lives answering it. Because since day one, before I even really knew Gypsy that well, I was kind of scared to ask her a question one day, and I think she could tell because I remember you telling me before I got the phone call with you, hey, Brie, I want to tell you, don't ever be afraid to ask me anything, you know? And she made me, like, she reassured that, and she made me not feel, you know, worried. So from then on, I was able to ask her that. And eventually, once we grew a friendship, I was like, I don't even want to ask those questions anymore. It doesn't matter to me, you know, the answers for these things. But yeah, like, I think that Gypsy, like, we could have gotten so much more out of Gypsy. I don't mean that in like a using a way, but we could have gotten, you know, people are curious, like, to how it was like to have a life like that. And it's also important because there are people all around us who are in situations that we need to know those red flags. It's important to, and being able to hear Gypsy speak and be transparent about that experience, which people want to say she adds, is that no, Gypsy has never said everything that she's ever gone through. It would take probably her whole life to do that because it's so much. So just imagine if we would have never, society as a whole wouldn't have had a Sky go on McCall, okay? Wouldn't have done what they did to Gypsy, treated her like a piece of shit. Just imagine the conversations that people could have had with Gypsy. And I promise you, she would have been transparent because I know Gypsy. And it sucks because I think we missed out on a lot of what Gypsy had to offer because people, it's a societal problem, like, period. Like, that's what it is.
I feel like the same thing's going to happen to the Menendez brothers when they come out. Everybody's going to be...
Men do get treated differently, though, but I hope they
that's
don't.
true. I mean,
but I do hope not.
But I feel like society is going to do that. Like, I feel like they're going to have that adjustment period where they are kind of, like, adjusting to the new cars, the new electronics.
And they're going to be in the media.
Yeah, exactly.
They
it's
will.
Like they were famous family, rich family before they went in, and they're coming out famous
and
already.
rich.
And so, you know, they're going to be approached for interviews, and, you know, a lot of people are going to watch and support, and then they're going to step back and be like, well, they're murderers, so why are we supporting them again? And the same cycle that happened to me is going to happen
It's so
to them.
sad.
And it's sad.
I felt from you an openness. I felt that I didn't have to watch what I say, and I'm not good at doing that. Of course, certain things I would never say or ask because it's really probably not ever going to be my business. But I mean, in other things, I felt like I could just be me around you, and I like that. And I also, and I don't like speaking on your baby. It makes me very uncomfortable, but I will say, I saw how you adore her, and I saw how she adores you. And for a first-time mother, you are doing a phenomenal job, a beautiful job. You really are.
Thank you.
I want to say I'm so sorry that you didn't get justice. You know, that's not okay that you weren't able to get justice before they passed away. Because to me, someone passing away and never being held accountable is not justice. So I'm sorry that you
I agree with that one commenter. Is when you go live, you got mods, but you need more.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting better, though. It's getting better. Sometimes she goes live and she don't be telling nobody. And we're like,
I know. I'm like, wait a minute.
hold on, Gypsy's out there with the wolves. Hurry up, hurry up.
Well, you know why that? It's because it's so hard to go live on Mondays because it's like I can't snap my fingers and Aurora go to bed. Right. I can't because I mean, Bree, you and I were on our live 2-3 Mondays ago or whatever it was, and somebody was criticizing how I burped her. I'm like,
you know,
I was
when you
2
put your
inches
hand
from
like
the
this,
phone.
and like
You burped her fine.
Exactly.
Like it's gonna make.
And burps are way harder than I do. The fuck?
Like babies can take a lot, but she was not. I was right next to her. It's how how you hold your hand. Like it's gonna sound. People.
And it was right by the phone too. I was right off camera, and it was right by the phone. So, but this woman was like, yeah, and then put the headline as she's hitting her baby. What the fuck? Like, I was burping her. If I didn't burp her, y'all would have said something about that.
And guess
too.
what? That baby burped, and she had a big old smile on her face. She was like, "Thank you, mama." Whoa.
Right.
I need to get out of my belly.
So I get a lot of anxiety about doing lives on Mondays because it's like I don't know what the situation with Aurora is going to be. So whenever I do spontaneously go live, it happens to be when she is taking a nap. And I have those few, 30 minutes or whatever to spare to do a live.
Right. I know.
Well,
I need to put. I feel like my notifications never work. I never see when anyone goes live. But one thing about Gypsy, even though yes, we need more. We need people. Like the thing is, I don't think people realize this. Gypsy is strong as fuck. I don't like. Look, I was in her live, and I see
honey.
comments about me, and I get used to them and stuff. But the comments about her are that's a whole different level than mine. Mine are just more like bullying, like appearance, stuff like that. Where hers, it goes so deep, it goes into her trauma, like her life. And I'm like, she just gets up and does the damn thing every single day still. She's a strong queen, okay? Get a babysitter for her.
Exactly right, because I tell you what.
That's easier said than done, to just get a babysitter. Just shove him, bring him to the next door neighbor, be like, here, watch her.
You know what I have to do?
I had to go.
I have to have them sign an NDA. I gotta make sure they ain't gonna take pictures of her. I gotta make sure that they're not gonna mistreat her. Like, there's a lot to it.
Girl, yeah, you're not just gonna hand your baby over to anyone. Trust me, the bad idea.
with my first son, my mom was like giving him a bath, and I'm like, "You're manhandling."
Except she did, Sky. Except she did, Sky. Except she did. Fuck off. Bye.
I think Gypsy is very, very strong. I don't think I could have gone through what Gypsy did and survived and been as strong as she has been going through what she did. There's no way. I would not have been resolved.
I'm brave. Me.
But anywho, I was like, I'm scared to break him. My mom was like, "You're not going to break him. He likes it. It stimulates him." And so to think that you're hitting her, burping her, man, you should have seen my mom with my firstborn. She was just like, it just freaked me out. So people are crazy. Old school mamas did a lot worse.
Somebody said, take it from this mom, you will always be judged.
Kindness is free. You know what? You can take a hike.
So somebody said, take it from this mom, you will always be judged. Us moms are ripped constantly by judgy moms. Oh my God. This is, look, I'm not a mom. Hopefully one day I will be. If not, I got my nephews and my niece, which I love so much. But I always say that's one thing I'm not missing out on when it comes to being a mother is the community of mothers. Oh my God. When I say that the most toxic people in the world are mothers towards other mothers. I don't get it. I do not get that. It's so sad to me. It's a woman thing in general, but especially mothers. How a mother to go, just like that post that Gypsy, when she was the colleague, which somebody sent me a post and I didn't see it till later. I wish I would have sent it to you. It was so positive because you know what? I've seen people do that before where their baby's crying and they go online and so many people are in the comments giving them advice. I see that happen. And then you do it and then it's like, oh my God, you're such a horrible mom. But there were people out there that did make videos giving you advice and like those people are angels because that's how it should be. Like, I don't know what it is about moms. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all are some judgy ass motherfuckers. Like, oh my God, that's one thing I'm not missing out on is the community of mothers because y'all are mean to each other and y'all shouldn't be. It's sad. Y'all know what it's like. But do your thing. Do your thing, Chicken Wing.
Hey, Bree, I'm going to get out so I can make my coffee and wake up. We're going to be taking Aurora to go see my great grandma. She's Momo Manny. She's like 90.
Wait, what? Somebody said, I don't care about her being a mom. I care about her playing two guys against each other. It's weird. No, it's weird that you even care about that. That's not what's happening. But it's weird for you to even care about somebody else's relationship. Sweetheart, hot mess mom, that is weird. Okay, you're goofy.
Is that your dad's side of the family, Gypsy?
Yeah, it's my dad's grandmother.
Your dad's grandmother. Well, that sounds fun.
Wow.
She sounds just like me. Like, we always say that I get my voice from her.
Oh,
because,
I've
like,
heard
she
that.
literally sounds like
No, it is weird to care that much
but,
about
like,
it. It's weird.
older.
It doesn't matter if it's on TV.
Gypsy?
It's so weird.
90.
Wow.
Girl, you
Yeah,
literally sound like a man. Oh my God, Sammy, you literally. Oh wait, never mind. You're a mouse. Y'all, we have a mouse in the chat. They're a mouse. I've seen their profile picture. They're a mouse.
Squeaky. All right, I'm dropping out. Bye, guys.
I still kind of have his heart.
Bye, Gypsy. Have a good day, girl.
Have fun.
Gypsy, you're a good mom.
Thanks.
Just
We love
follow
you.
your instinct. You won't go wrong.
Thanks.
Love,
Bye.
love, love to you.
Have fun.